Only Mike can prevent forest fires.
It's 9 o'clock. Linda, roll to the please rename yourself slide.
You see it?
And now you can roll to the agenda slide. One more. And then one more. What is our district mission? We build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. What's the Toastmasters International mission? We empower individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders. That sounds a lot like the club mission, doesn't it? We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. How do we achieve those missions? Through the Toastmasters core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence. If we were all together in a large room, we would be interacting with each other. We would be establishing friendships across divisions and areas and getting to know each other as Toastmasters and as humans. To mimic that, I'm going to open up some breakout rooms, and you will be randomly put in those breakout rooms. So let me create them.
I love this part, Ed. I think it's so valuable.
If you see the 4 little squares at the bottom of your screen, go ahead, click on that, and put yourself in one of those rooms.
I don't see the breakout rooms.
It's either 4 little squares, or in some cases you have to go to the little caret because you don't have enough room for the actual
I see
icon.
nothing. I see. Does anyone else see theirs?
When you click on more, what do you see?
I
Record. I see record on this computer. Captions.
I see chat, record, summary, all companion, AI companion, and
Yeah,
captions.
when I click on more, I see breakout rooms, and when I open it, it says there's just one, and that I can create a bunch if I want to.
Breakout room.
Yeah, create them. You need to.
Oh, there we go. I got the invite.
Awesome. Yeah, he didn't hit the
Thank
button.
you, thank you.
Thanks, Ed.
Sheridith, where would you like to go?
I don't know. I just got here. Where am I going?
Well, you're gonna. I will put you in a room with Sally and Ravendra. How about that? That would be great. So let me
Okay.
assign you. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sheridith. Okay, who else is
I just want to know how long we're going to be there, Ed.
5 minutes.
All right, thank you. Have a good meeting.
I'm not going anywhere. I need to figure out the slides. So
Okay. Dee Marie, where would you like to go? I think she's gone. Okay. Oh, no, she's not gone. Let's put her in with Deborah. Why not? All right. Tyree, welcome. Assign to Tyree. I'm going to put you in a room with some nice people.
So I'm being sent where?
I have to, I think, I think room 3, but if you just click, yeah, you're in
Okay.
room 3, just click at
Thank
the
you.
thing.
Got it.
Here.
Join. Okay.
Ah,
Yay, that's better.
yes, it is. And I've
Okay.
lost all sense of time. It's 9:06.
Yeah, the only problem is I have no timing at all.
Okay.
I can't tell
Oh.
what time it is.
Lindy, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
We're in the getting to know each other in breakout rooms. Where would you like to go?
I would like to talk to all the division directors. Is there any chance they're all in one room?
Oh,
No,
no. But I will send you
Okay.
to the room with Lee Vaughn in it. He's the Division B director.
Very good. Thank you.
Hi Ed, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can. You
I
are,
am on a I'm on a very unstable connection.
oh,
I just wanted to say hello. Actually, I've been going off and on. I think I'll just stay here.
okay.
How are you and Linda?
I'm
And Lindy.
good. My
I'm
slide deck's not giving me what I want, but so
I'm-
what else is new?
I'm fine, and you're probably getting better food for Diwali where you are. But I like holidays that have food.
I shouldn't try to be in a conversation. I just missed most of it because I had to go out and come back in again. I think I'll stay silent. Thank you. I think you talked about Diwali. Yes,
Yes.
there are firecrackers going on a little bit, not the way I used to remember, but we are having fun here.
It's 9:08. Do you think it's unfair, Linda, if I bring people back?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think running late would upset them more than coming back early from the breakout room.
Welcome, Jill.
Good morning.
Linda, I think we're back. So you
Okay.
can move us to the next slide, which is part of my tributes and acknowledgements. We had a Hall of Fame challenge, and that challenge was to get 100% of the club visit reports in by October the 31st. As you can see, there are 6 names here. There are 6 divisions. Pravina Rahman from A29, Rafiq Hussein Fahim from C8, Aaron Lakvan from D26, Carrie Keegan from E6, Priya Sastry from F19, and Division Director Sankar stepped in for E4 and did 100%. We also want to congratulate Jill Arrington, B22, and Ravendra from C9, who did 80%, and Maureen Filler from D12, who did 3 out of 4. What we'd like to see,
Ed?
yes.
Is that possible? Can you correct my middle name? The C, not the K. The Lock, L-O-C, not the K. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, the C, like lock the van, like lock, like.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
That's okay.
I can go in and correct it for you.
yeah.
Thank you.
100.
Sorry about that for interrupt.
Thank you. 100% of the area director reports is what you want to have. You might think, well, I get credit if they're 75% or more. 100%, because we're going to be talking about the fact that some clubs need more visits than just 2 in a year. Some clubs need more attention, and you need to know who those are. We are about building relationships. My relationship with everyone in this room, your relationship with the club presidents and VPEs. When we get to the next slide, we'll talk about some other things. But the names you saw are names we want to acknowledge and pay tribute to, because it wasn't easy, and they made October 31st, which makes it easy on the rest of us. Believe it or not, Sally and Linda and I read all of your reports. Why don't you go to the next? Oh, thank you very much for correcting that. Another way of thinking about clubs is not all clubs are created equal. And not all clubs that are President's Distinguished got to President's Distinguished in the same way. There are different ways for each club to provide a positive and supportive learning experience. You have some clubs that are always President's Distinguished, and some clubs that are always some other kind of distinguished. You have some clubs that are almost distinguished, and you have some clubs that are no longer delivering the Toastmasters program. Prepared speeches, extemporaneous speaking, and evaluations. And you may find when you visit clubs like that, that they say, oh, well, we don't have to do the Toastmaster program. We're very happy doing what we do here. We have coffee, we do table topics. It's all wonderful. Thank you.
Hi.
But if you think they have something that is better than the program that's been hewn for the last 99 years, well, probably not right. The Toastmaster program delivers, and the DCP, the Distinguished Club Program, is a wonderful yardstick. So go to your clubs. Some clubs you're going to have to go to a number of times, build a relationship, and get them back to the Toastmasters program. You want to celebrate your clubs that are always distinguished of some sort. You want to help the clubs that are trying to be distinguished. And you want to remind the clubs that have lost their way what the Toastmasters program is about. Next slide, please.
Wait one moment.
Yes.
Thank you.
So of course we talk about this a lot. What's the role? You want to help your clubs become distinguished. You want to visit your clubs, and you want to have area councils. You are the liaison between your clubs and the district. The three of us can't go to all the clubs and know all the clubs, but you can know your clubs and you can help us know your clubs. Ask for help if you need it. Your division director will help you. If your division director can't help you, ask one of the three of us or all of the three of us. Tell the truth, have a mindset of service, and of course, you started 3 months ago. Next slide, please. When Michael Osur gives his report, he's going to have the very latest numbers, but these numbers are as of the close of October. How did we start? We started with 115 paid clubs. Our goal is 121 clubs, a net increase of 6. At the end of October, we had 102. Not bad, but there's work to be done. Our payments started out at 4,258. Our goal is 4,600. We had over 2,000, something else to celebrate. And then, of course, our distinguished clubs. No club is distinguished yet, but our goal is 64, which is more than half of the clubs. Next slide, please. Sometimes you go to a club and you think you have something glamorous to tell them, but really what has to happen is you have to do some shovel work and ask for help if you need it. Roll to the next slide, please. And sometimes your support may be uncomfortable. But with your support, the job will be done. Roll to the next slide. It is my exquisite pleasure to give you a speaker who needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce him. Michael Osur is a distinguished Toastmaster, a past international director, and he's going to tell us what we need. Join me in welcoming Michael Osur.
Mr. District Director and all of the District Executive Committee. It's great. A year later, I feel like I know all of you, between the nominating District Leadership Committee, between all the meetings I've gone to, and then with Alicia and I doing so much of the training on area directors. It's great to see you all. Here up in District 57. I don't know who controls the slides, but the next one. As you heard from our district director, we have 115 paid clubs as our base. That's the July 1 number. I think our director showed us 104, 102. We're now at 104. Our goal is 121. That's to be the Smedley Distinguished. However, all is not lost. You say we're 11 clubs below base. I looked. Each of those 11 clubs have some paid members. Now that's between 1 and 7. And I really rely, you'll hear about this, on the area directors to explain to the clubs what they need. Now, some have confusing situations. What's the Berkeley Metaphysical Club? Does it really exist? It's so existential. They have their club says ineligible. If you're the area director for that group, that means they don't have 3 continuing members. That's Toastmaster talk. It's hard to understand. For a club to stay a club, 3 members have to renew who had previously renewed. I know it's confusing. I can explain it. Your division directors could explain it. There you go. Nonetheless, we can easily be at base because those 11 clubs have some paid members. Encourage them. Now let's look at member payments. This is not the number of members. This is member payments. Our base July 1 was 4,261. Not that you care on the global thing. We're at 2060. So that number hasn't changed yet. And our goal is 4,602. So we're just below 50%, which is not bad. And again, think if those 11 clubs all got to 8, we'd be right on track. And then I know that Linda Patten, our club growth director, will be starting clubs left and right. And all the numbers are within our reach. So members, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Next slide, please. Well, I want to give credit where credit is due. I don't know who covers which areas, but let's be clear. For area director reports, they're due at the end of the month. And we call this the phase 1 because you have to do phase 1 and phase 2 to be distinguished as an area director. 10 of our 23 areas have met the requirements. So if you're the area director for A29, B22, C8, 9, and 10, wow, C's doing great. D12 and D26, E4, E6, and F19, you have done your reports for the first phase. Round of applause, please, everybody. This is what area directors do. And I'm proud of you. And this is exactly what we want. And I'm sure your clubs appreciate it. Next slide, please. Whoa. Okay, right there. 8 of our 23 areas have done some reports. So A35, you need to do 2 more. B21, you need 3. B27, 3. C31, 3. D3 only needs 1. D30 only needs 1. E23 needs 2, and you can see that F28 needs 3, and F34 needs 3. There you go. So you've done 1 already. You've done 2. Some of you have done 3. This is all doable. Just finish them. And I recommend you do them now, because if you wait to November 30th, the Toastmaster system has been known to be non-responsive, and then you'll be frustrated. If I didn't list your area, that means you haven't yet completed an area director report, club visit report. I'm not calling you out, but you know who you are. Please, please do it. Don't give up. And if your club isn't meeting, you can still do a report if you remember from our training and say the club stopped meeting or the club doesn't call me back, whatever. You have to put something down. It's okay. That will count as a report for a club that isn't meeting. Don't just skip it. Next slide. You heard about the missions. Let's be clear. Our mission as a district, and you're all part of the district executive committee, we build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. There's 1,000 things people want you to do in Toastmasters. And here are the 2 that, as a district officer, as an area director, division director, you help Linda build new clubs and you support all your clubs in achieving excellence. Achieving excellence means helping those clubs become distinguished, which means they have enough members, right? And then they have whatever the number is, you have to look it up for each club, that they do educational, that their officers are trained, and that they've added new members. This is what it takes. Now, you heard from Ed, some clubs, I don't know what percent, I'm guessing about 30% of clubs know what to do. You go there, it's fun, they welcome you, it's great. About half the clubs have no idea what they're doing. Well, they know what they're doing, but they're not sure what to do. Like they may have the educationals, but they may not understand that they need the members. Your job is to help them. Because what we don't want to have happen is come April, they go, okay, we're done. No, you didn't get to 18 members or 15 members or whatever, or 20 members. And that's where you can help them. They may not like what you say, but be nice about it. And a good club is a growing club. Now, remind the clubs of their mission. I talked about this in July. I talked about this at all the area director training. Clubs, they build a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And I always tell people, it's not about the numbers, it's about providing the environment and a supportive and learning experience, and members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills. What could be better? What other work could we do in the world that is this fantastic? And help the clubs understand that their club is not to go and have coffee or have beautiful speeches. It's really about this self-growth and helping people in their self-growth opportunities. Next slide. We're almost done, Ed, don't worry. So for area directors, and I'm focused on you because you are the key to success. Visit your clubs. If you haven't, there's still time to visit. Encourage those clubs when you visit to add members. Now, it could be renewals. I just found, and I know this stuff forward and backward. I'm a president of a club in District 12 in Southern California. I discovered that one of my members did not renew in September. It's mid-November. How did this happen? Well, I'll be fixing it this weekend. But even I missed it. So help those presidents. They may have missed somebody thought they renewed and didn't. Somebody forgot to renew. And of course, there's ways I'm not going to talk about open houses and other ways of getting new members. The best way is to invite people to your meeting. And you have some people here that are really skilled at that can help you with that. Encourage those clubs to add members, as I said, and follow the district, right? The distinguished club plan for the clubs. Follow the distinguished club plan, which means educationals, giving speeches, new members, and officers trained. It's not rocket science. And how often in our life are things laid out for us so clearly? It's no confusion. It's not difficult. It's a nice straight line to follow and we'll be successful. Next slide. Now, I'm sure Linda will talk about new clubs. I'm sure you all have ideas where to start a new club. You don't have to start it yourself. Talk to Linda and her team. Help them. Help her find a new club. Help her create a new club in your region, area, division. And then remind those 11 clubs to get to 8. Even a metaphysical existential club may decide that in real life, they might want to actually be a real club. 8. That's 8 is the bare minimum to stay as a club. Of course, we want to do better, but here we are in renewal season. There you have it. Next slide. This is the 100th year of Toastmasters coming up. In August in Anaheim, the 100th anniversary of Toastmasters International. It'll probably be the biggest convention ever. All over the world, people will be coming. Toastmasters started in Southern California. Here we are in California. Don't we want to make sure that District 57 is recognized as one of the best districts in the world? I'm working way too hard in this district. I want to be on stage in District 57, not just in the Southern California districts. I want to make sure that we are recognized. Can you imagine if there were 100 of us on stage in Anaheim? It would take them 10 minutes to get us on stage. Wouldn't that be fabulous? And they'd be waving it off and we would say, no, we're standing for our picture. District 57 rocks. Next slide is, I think, my contact information. Call me, email me at any time. Mr. District Director.
Thank you very much. It's now Sally's turn. Sally?
Thank you so much, Ed, fellow Toastmasters. We are a team. We do our work in Toastmasters together, and together we provide excellence. Pathways is one of the keys to our providing our clubs with excellence. Next slide, please. I would like to call Lindy Sinclair to the microphone, and she's going to give us some more information about the Pathways Treasure Map activity. Lindy, I saw you here.
Thank you, Sally, and good morning, everybody. I'm going to make this fairly brief, but I would like to share my own slides. So whoever is handling that, can you make that possible for me? And I'll start talking anyway. The thing that I have created is a little incentive game to get people who have been in Toastmasters for at least a year to play the game. Now, of course, many of the people who've been in Toastmasters a long time are playing the Pathways game, but we all know there are some recalcitrant Toastmasters who want to hold on to their physical manuals and never let go, and those are the ones we're aiming at. So for people who've been in Toastmasters for more than a year, if you achieve your very first purchase of a Pathways path, you will get this fabulous incentive, which I'm about to talk about. And if you are a member who's been in Toastmasters for more than a year and you achieve your very first level 1, you will get this very same incentive. And the area director who has the most people, most members who achieve this incentive will also get the incentive. Now I'm going to share my screen and show you the incentive.
And I can't give her that that ability.
I
Okay.
did. She has
I
that
could-
ability. She's had it for some time.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't seem to be happening. Oh, yes, there it goes. Okay. So, all right. So we will just page down and show you that is the incentive. So I'm not going to do the whole slide deck. I just wanted to show you this is what you will get. It's a lovely Toastmasters Navy tote bag filled with wonderful things, and the total value is going to be about $50. So it's a really good incentive, and there will not be a lot of them. It will be for the first 7 members who complete their first path or their first level 1, and for the 3 area directors who have the most members who achieve that. So, and the question that I got last time, I would like to correct that. The game started September the 1st, and it will end December the 10th. So December the 10th is the drop dead deadline for people to send their proof to their area director. The area director needs to get it to me by December the 15th, and the awards will go out, everything goes according to plan, before the end of the 2023 year, excuse me. Are there any questions? My email address is pretty much my name. It's lindy@lindysinclair.com. Please contact me if you would like to follow up on any of that. I just didn't want to use up more time with the whole slide deck. I want to, oh, I forgot this part, which is very important. I want to send the slide deck to the area directors and the division directors if they would like it, so that they can then take it to the clubs. It's a complete, tells you what you need to do, by when, and so on. So please, I'll put my email address in the chat, and please do contact me if you would like the slide deck, so you can go to the clubs with that information. Sally, did I miss anything that you would like to add?
No, I think you covered it, but I would like to say that we will send that slide deck out to all of the area directors and division directors, regardless. So if you could just send that to Eliott, or send it to me. Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm sure he'll be able to get that out to that group. He has a great way of sending out stuff.
I thought he might. Great. Thank you, Eliott, and thank you, Sally. Back to you.
All right,
Ed.
thank you so much. Well, it's back to me, actually.
Back to Sally, excuse me.
No problems. Next, I'd like to call up that's the right slide to call up Cynthia Yeh. And I have your next slide up, Cynthia. So when you're ready to have that shown, just call it out.
I'm ready. I'm here.
All right. Take it away.
Slide. Greetings, everyone. I am here to share an update that we have almost all 5 presenters recruited for our Train the Trainer workshop. Last time I was here, we were recruiting hard for our 5 presenters. We're still looking for that 5th one, and we have someone in line, but if not, it would be great to have a backup just in case. This weekend, I'm here to recruit the audience members, those that are wanting to become trainers, especially those that are presenting at any of our district events, such as the TLI, or if you're going to be leading any of the officer trainings in the near future. We're looking for an audience of about 40 people. More are welcome. It's a virtual event. This is going to be on December 2nd. So there's information on this slide. December 2nd, 9 to 1:30. That's the length of the workshop. And there's going to be at least one, maybe a couple bathroom breaks inside there. But our 5 presenters, they'll be working hard on the curriculum and very excited to be guiding our audience on how to be speakers to trainers. So the audience themselves will be given material such as how to deal with difficult audience members, how to teach adults how to learn, and a bunch of other very useful tools on how to be engaging, training adults. And this is good for not just Toastmasters, but also professionally. How to register? We'll be working probably with Eliott, but someone will be sending out an email for the Evite link, just like our other events. We'll need people to register. We'll provide a link for that weekend. And I think that should cover it. If you have any other questions, send me an email, and then I will do my best to answer you promptly, and I will, of course, answer you. And did I miss anything, Sally?
I don't think so. And registration is already up and available. And just to remind everyone, when you go to d57tm.org, yep, that's our website, and to the calendar, when you look at the events that are on that calendar, the registration link is there. So you don't have to search your emails. You don't have to wonder how to find it. Just go to the calendar on our district website, and the registration links are there attached to each event that's posted on the calendar. And this is already up, so you can start registering right away.
You heard it then. I love the support system here. We have a cap at 100 people, so go reserve your spot now.
And if it's 101, we'll move the cap up. So come on in.
All right, yeah, but reach out if you have any questions, and go there, but we'll also send an email too, just so you have many ways of accessing how to register.
Yes, indeed.
All right, that's it.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank
Sally.
you so much. Yes, and thank you, Cynthia. Next slide, please. All right, club accomplishments. I don't know if you all realize, but 93 clubs earned a July dues incentive. 93. Those incentives were based on clubs having a percentage of their members renew. That meant that every club, regardless of the number of members that it had enrolled in July, had the opportunity to earn this dues incentive. And the dues incentives ranged from $15 to $50, depending on the percentage of members that renewed. Next slide, please. What this has done is given us an unique opportunity this year, because there were clubs who did not earn the incentive in July, but they kept working it. They kept working it. They kept working it. And these are the clubs that are eligible for recognition and incentives for those first 20 members that they get. Once you got your July incentive, we want you to, of course, draw your members in, but you're not eligible anymore for that first 20 incentive. Next slide, please. So first 20 clubs to get 8 dues payments. I have a big oops here because last night I realized that my count was wrong. So for sure, Southern Marin Toastmasters Club has qualified for this dues incentive, and I'll figure out if there are any more, but there might not be, because guess what? Guess what? Next slide, please. We have 15 clubs who have brought in their members at 20. 20 of their members have renewed. And you look at this list and you go, City of Fremont, Toastmasters, did they not just charter? Well, yeah, they did just charter, and they chartered with 20 members. And because we didn't already have 20 clubs on our list, they're going to be recognized with this incentive. We have an opportunity to recognize a lot of additional clubs. Fountain Grove Club, Hensel Phelps, NorCal Toastmasters, NorCal BDG, Comcast Xfinity, they have got 102 members. 102 members in that club. It's amazing. Regulatory Affairs, Southern Marin Toastmasters, Talk and Thrive, Toastmasters on Campus, Downtown Toastmasters, Hacienda Park Toastmasters, Noon Toastmasters Club, Pleasanton Community Club, Shields Speaks Toastmasters, Stagecoach Warriors, and Toasttronic. These are all clubs that kept going one step at a time and got to their 20 members. Congratulations. And guess what else? There are 15 clubs listed here. Do you know what that means? There are 5 spots still available. Keep on trucking. Keep on gathering members, and you too can be acknowledged as a club that's gone to 20. Next slide, please. We are having the best time ever here in District 57, putting on monthly trainings. This has been such a wonderful experience for me, pulling members in from the clubs to put on these trainings and pulling members in from the clubs to attend these trainings. We are continuing on with our Club Excellence series, Excellent Club meetings, if you will. Our next one is this coming Monday. It's number 4. Our focus for this training is how to close the sale, how to get guests to actually become members. And Deborah Weiner has been doing a great job with these trainings and developing these slides. And we're going to be putting that training on Monday evening from 7 to 8:30. We have another leadership training, building agreement with who? Who? You guys know, Lance Miller, the 2005 world champion of public speaking. He is a phenomenal speaker. He has agreed, as I've been saying every month, to provide these trainings for how much? What's the charge? Free. Free. That expertise almost every month during our entire program year. Oh, we owe him a debt of gratitude. He has been providing us with just the nuts and bolts information that we need to succeed as individuals, as clubs, as areas, divisions, as a district. That's what makes our district, right? We have club coach training going on. This is November the 28th. To become a club coach, you have to pass the Toastmasters International test. This training walks you through that test. Is the purpose to give the answers? No, that's not the purpose of this training. The purpose of this training is to talk about the questions, to understand the thinking behind the answers, so that when you go in to take that test at TI, you've got it nailed. That training is a collaboration between Linda Patten and myself. We are so looking forward to that. We just completed a training last week on club coaches, club ambassadors, new club sponsors, new club mentors. That training will be posted on our YouTube, and we will be revisiting that training after the first of the year. We are awesome. We are awesome. All of us trainers are awesome. And all of you folks are awesome who attended these trainings. In December, we've got some more trainings coming up. You just heard from Cynthia Yeh, Train the Trainer, 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., December the 2nd. Well worth every minute. This is a fabulous training. She's got a cadre of experienced Toastmasters, not only stepping up to be trainings, but on her advisory committee. This is a project for her. Now I'm forgetting, I think it's DTM project. I think, oh darn, Cynthia, I'm sorry if I've forgotten. It's either DTM or HPL, but this is a project that she's doing where she's working on her Toastmasters goals. We've got contest training coming up that's going to be given by our contest chairs, Venkat Raman, Ananda Sen, our district chief judge, Hans Thoma. The three of them are teaming up to give a contest training. You'll recall from last year that contest team with different folks, except Hans was part of it, giving training on how to run contests. The very first one of those will be in December. There will be a sequence of those happening after the first of the year. And I've got one in the works. It's a little bit off the screen here, but want to be a contest contestant. I am reaching out to a couple of people to give that training. I'm hoping to get that scheduled for December. And knowing me, you know what? I will. I'll do it. And it's going to be fabulous. Next slide, please. The mini club success plan and moments of truth. I'm still working on those numbers. I wanted to give you an update. This is an early bird incentive, $25 each for those who submitted with signatures the mini club success plan by, what was it, November the 15th. And the MOT, which is moments of truth submissions, those are due by, no, I'm wrong. Mini club success was October the 15th. And Moments of Truth is due by November the 15th. It had to have been completed, the actual exercise completed by October 31st. I'm still counting those up. Those are $25 each for clubs who meet this incentive requirement. Next slide, please. The club success incentive. The mini club success plan and the Moments of Truth that we just talked about, those were early bird incentives, but all is not lost. You have until December the 31st to complete Moments of Truth and Mini Club Success Plan as part of the Club Success Incentive, which is $75. And guess what? Whereas for the dues incentives, we did not double up on dues. For these incentives, yes, we're doubling down. If you earned an early bird incentive for Mini Club Success or Moments of Truth or both, you are still eligible to earn this $75 incentive. What do you need to do besides these Mini Club Success plans by the end of the year? All you need to do is, this is fabulous work. 5 Distinguished Club goals by December 31st. This does not include a membership goal, all right? You do not have to have your minimum membership by December 31st to meet the requirements of this club success incentive. And I'm just going to call it out. I don't know how it happened. I don't think I did it because I knew better, but I might have. In the incentive list, it actually said you had to meet that membership goal. I've taken that out. That is not true. It was never true. So please, please, please let your clubs know. The focus here is the planning and the setting themselves up for success. Clubs that hit that 5 DCP goal mark by December 31st, they are almost always distinguished by the end of the year because then their focus is membership growth. Yes, it's educational growth because they want to grow. They want to hit President's Distinguished, but the focus now can be on membership growth to bring them to distinguished status by the end of the year. And I'm not going to be quiet about it, folks. We want Smedley Distinguished. Smedley Distinguished for districts is the highest recognition that a district can achieve. We are proud of District 57. We want to be on that stage as distinguished, yes. As select distinguished, okay. As president's distinguished, fabulous. But we want to be there as Smedley Distinguished. And we're going to make it, folks, because we've got the energy and we've got the votes. Next slide, please. OATM update. All right, I have been having a great time with OATM, and you have seen that chart of achievements posted. I'm working on that a little bit more. I'm updating that a bit more. I'm not going to tell you all the details because I don't have the blessing from the trio yet. I hope to get that by Monday or Tuesday of this coming week. But I've added incentives to recognize more rank and file activities that people do. We're all rank and file, by the way. So when I use that term, I mean everybody here. We are all rank and file Toastmasters. And don't ever forget that, okay? And we support our clubs as rank and file members while we are supporting them as district leaders. We are learning from that. So just know, and there'll be an email or it'll be in the newspaper going out to everybody. I don't want to hit you up with too many emails, but be sure and look in the next week for a brand new OATM. I'm not taking anything off, so you're not doing anything for no reason, believe me. But I've added some things. This is going to be great fun this year. I'm really looking forward to it. Next slide, please. Oh, righty then. I told you last month that I was going to be on the phone. I've been so involved in trainings and other things that I've only picked the phone up a couple of times. I am still on the hunt for 2 co-conference chairs, and it's getting down to the wire now. I've got to get these folks in place. The conference is coming up. Our advertisements are going to start going out, and the planning needs to be in place. We have a keynote speaker for our conference. Our international director, Sandra Nunez, is, I hope I got that last name right, is going to be our keynote speaker, and she's giving a dedicated educational session. This hybrid conference, and we're going for hybrid. We'll let you know if we don't make it, but we're going for hybrid this year, and that means we're gathering together. We need a couple of conference chairs to help us do that. Are you out there by yourselves? Of course not. You've got a whole network of experienced Toastmasters there to help and guide and no, not tell you what to do. You're the conference chairs, but to guide and to give information. We're there for you. We need help here. I need help here. The district needs you to step up. Next slide, please.
You see it?
Nope, not yet. I see my co-conference chairs.
No, it says questions.
Okay, so are there any questions from anybody on anything that anybody has said today? And since I can only see a strip, you're going to have to actually mechanically raise your hand for me to know that there's a question. Okay, Cassandra, I see the hand raised.
What, excuse me, what exactly does the co-conference chair's duties and responsibilities?
Okay, so the co-conference chairs help to, they set up the schedule. They work with Cynthia Yeh, who is going to be lining up our educational sessions. They look for a hostess or host, that's not what we call it, but the person that sits out at the welcome table. So I haven't recruited that person yet. Most of the positions for the conference have already been created. We have a David Dye is our HUVA chair, and Daniel and Kat are our Zoom chairs. You'll be working with those two people to work out the technicalities. They'll do the technical stuff. You just help to coordinate. It's more about scheduling than anything else. The contest chairs take care of the contests. There will be no business meeting on the day of the conference, so we'll be in a better position to actually run on time. And we already have our post Toasties chair. For those of you that are new, you don't know that we go out for a pizza party after the conference is over and celebrate. And we've got somebody that's going to be coordinating that. So a lot of the players are already in place. It's all about scheduling the day.
Thank you.
So that's, you bet, that's basically what that's about. Anyone else have questions?
I don't have any question, but maybe I can share from the District 57 for the Division 26 that I will support. So I stepped in to visit the club and also do the report. But one of the club, we try to step in there and helping out. I've been back and forth so many times, and then I am willing to take another step to talk directly to another, I can call it for the director of the company from that club. So to be step in there and post the member try to join in their club, because their club they have supposed to be
So Aaron,
Yes.
are you talking about the recruiting of a conference chair?
Yes.
Okay.
Not for recruitment conference chair, but I just want to share the one from my report. That should be okay, or take later.
Well, you're gonna have a chance to do that just a little bit later in the meeting.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah,
Sorry
no
about that.
problem. No problem at all. Are there any other questions about what's been covered under my headline?
Tyree and
Chris-
Rafat have their hands up.
Okay.
Hi, Sally. Very quickly, I just sent a question to Cynthia, but I kind of wanted to make sure it could be verified. For the trainer, can we invite non-Toastmasters to attend, or you need to be a paid Toastmaster?
Ed, how does that work? It seems like we should be able to invite anybody, frankly. Since
I
it's
thought about
virtual,
this.
it's not. Okay, good. Oh, good, Cynthia, you're on. Go
Sally?
ahead. Yep.
I thought about it, and I think that it would not be negative. It would not negatively impact anyone's experience by having non-Toastmasters join. And I know that we've done Speechcraft events before with non-members, and it has incentivized people to then join the Toastmaster program. So in my response, I responded saying that, yes, please invite others. And I don't think it will be a problem. And hopefully then convert them into Toastmasters.
Yeah, I totally agree, Cynthia. And particularly since this is a virtual event, it's not like we don't have enough chairs for people. So I think everyone is welcome to attend.
Thank you for that, Claire.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for the question, Tyree.
And thank you, Cynthia.
And you had I think Trish Johnson had a question.
Rafat has his hand up.
So did Trish.
Okay, well, let's go with Rafat's name first earlier. So let's go with Rafat and then Trish.
I wanted to ask, Lindy was talking about the incentive of level 1 competition. If she can share the slides and everything.
Yeah, she will.
Yes.
We're going to send those out to everybody.
And actually it will come from Eliott. So look for an email from Eliott Rodgers.
That's going to be wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, Trish. If you're talking, you're muted. Okay, well, moving right along. Next slide, please. And that's it for me. You can see my email address there at the bottom of the slide. I love this slide because it's all about working together. Back to you, Ed.
Thank you very much. And now we have the very important club growth presentation. Linda, take it away.
Thank you, Ed, so very much. And like Sally, my theme is revitalize, rebuild, and reinvent. But before we get started, since this is Veterans Day, I wanted to remember our troops, whether they are family, friends, loved ones, strangers, or even yourself. Thank you for your service. And Ed, I think you have a ceremony you want to do.
Let's have a minute of silence. Thank you, Linda, and thank you all for your service.
Thank you. And yes, I do get emotional about this. So to get started, as we've sort of said all along today, we have a chartered club this month. Fremont Police Department and City Offices, otherwise known as City of Fremont Toastmasters, is our most recent club. And I want to thank Pravina and Venkat and everyone else who helped to make this club happen. Those that actually did the officers training. I know I got to do the treasurers training, which is just great fun. And so we're on a roll. It's our first, but not our last this year. And saying that, I'm going to keep this slide every month with every new club that gets added. So we started with Databricks. They did transfer in. Tri-Valley came back from the dead. And of course, now we have the City of Fremont. There will be many more to this. Prospective clubs, this is where we sit. Great Speakers Club needs Form 2. Forms 2 is membership and payment. Data Dialogue, same thing. Members, payments. Excelsius, they're completing their forms. I think they've got almost all of them done. Ashley, you can correct me if I'm wrong, and they may be missing 1 or 2 applications, but they're ready to go. Delta Dental has postponed until January. They've got a ton of vacation happening in November and December, but we're going to start a speechcraft for them so that they, again, get into the routine of going to a Toastmasters meeting on a weekly basis. And the surprise of the month, ADC Sweet Talkers is back on track, and they're completing their last forms, and they, again, should be chartered before the end of the month. We are on a roll, folks. And I challenge you as area directors and division directors to find those clubs in your area that we can begin working with. You have, I hate to say this, you have an obligation to start a new club. If you want to be distinguished, select distinguished, or president's distinguished as an area director, you need to start a club. So connect with myself or with Ashley and we'll help you make it happen. There are still a couple of clubs in the mix. Lee Vaughn, I'm going to call you out. What's happening with Trilogy 55? And you don't have to tell me here. Agilent, we are connecting with their HR people. Our sponsor has been transferred, but we haven't lost the ability to start a club there yet. And Sharon Brown, I'm going to call you out as well. You had a new county opportunity. We need to hear more about that. So connect with Ashley or myself and we'll make it happen with you. This comes from the training that Sally and I did last week, which has to do with club coaches and ambassadors. The shocking news is that to have a club coach, you have to have 12 or fewer members. You have to have less than 5 DCP points. When you count our clubs, there are 47 clubs that could have a club coach. That's a lot of club coaches. Recommendation might be that as area directors, you swap areas. You say, hey, I'll be happy to coach a club in your area if you'll do a club in my area. Get a chance to see what's going on in other areas and to be able to help each other out. That's what we're good at as Toastmasters. The other go round are the club ambassadors. Have to have 13 to 19 members, still less than 5 DCP points. There are 30 of those. There's a total of 77 clubs that could either use a coach or an ambassador. My goal for you as an area director is to have these clubs be distinguished by the end of the year. Ashley and I and my team are here to help you. Julie Garrett is our club excellence coach. We want to help, but we need your assistance, your ability to stand up and say, yes, I am willing to work with another club to get them to where they need to be so that we can be distinguished. And these clubs can be vital again. Most of these are clubs that have been around for a while and they're folding. We don't want to see that happen. Actually, ADC Sweet Talkers folded. They're coming back. We don't want them to get to that point. So again, the 28th of this month, we are doing club coach training, how to pass the test. I would love to see 47 people there in our program. Make it happen. Roles of the club coach and ambassador: attend the club meetings regularly. Doesn't mean you have to go every week, but be regular about it. Get to know the club members. Talk to them on the phone, do emails, whatever it might take. Promote a positive culture. Sally's done an excellent job of telling what brings on an excellent club. It's culture. And provide member guidance on membership growth. If you don't know how to do that, that's what Sally and Ashley, Ed, and I are all about, is to help you make that happen, to answer your questions, to give you suggestions, to give you articles from other Toastmasters who've made it happen. Don't be a stranger. Let us know what's going on with you. And so we are honoring who served. Yes, that's me, by the way. I was a platoon officer. Actually, I was an executive officer of a basic training company. That's why I got to wear a scarf. And the lovely gentleman next to him is my husband, Eliott.
Yeah, actually, before we start, thank you, Linda, and I'm for serving our country. I was wondering if we could go off sharing for a second, if we could just see everybody. And if we could turn on our cameras, if you are able to do so. I'm curious to know how many of you know, and maybe you could hold up your fingers, how many of you know a veteran that has fought, that has not fought, but has served in the United States, or maybe has fought in a war as well. Or my dad, he fought in a foreign war. He's from Israel, but anyway. So please raise your hand how many people you might know. That I know 5 personally. So raise your hand. This is also a nice thanks to all of those who have served in this country. Can we take it out,
Eliott, can we take it out of speaker view and put it into gallery view so we can see them all?
Oh yeah, that would be great. I think it is in gallery view for me.
It's not for me.
Everybody has to do their own.
Yeah, you have to do your own. So just hold this up for a second so Linda can see it.
And make it gallery view.
Yeah, so there, and that would be a great snapshot. I'm going to take a picture of that. Actually, here, let me just do it this way. I'll do that.
Can I put up my feet and toes as well?
Yeah, well, 10 is the magic number here. Let me just do this. And there you go. Thank you. I'll post that as well. I always take screenshots, and that's a good screenshot. All right. Thank you, Linda, for your report. Now let's go back to the slideshow. Thank you all for, and please congratulate and thank people for serving in this country. I have 3 dead relatives and 3 neighbors, so right on my street. Anyway, all right, so you can go to the next slide. Thank you. All right, so District 57, I'm always looking for new people. I'm looking for a copy editor. I always want more than one. I'm looking for someone who is a LinkedIn person, because I think without that expertise, we don't really have an end to LinkedIn. It's an active user that we need. I'm also looking for someone who's an active user in Meetup. I know we have a few clubs, about 14 clubs that use Meetup, and I want to get more clubs using it. And I really need someone who knows the ins and outs. I mean, I could probably do a basic training. And lastly, I am looking for someone who would like to take on the role of using Canva or other professional design programs and be our graphics specialist. We have a couple different people that submit flyers all the time. I'll talk about that later. Next slide. All right, so I just wanted to go through how are we doing in the past month. And I know you love all the emails that you get, thumbs up, thumbs sideways, or this is what I do in my classroom. Not always, thank you, too many. But 29 emails since October 6th for 6 events and 4 different audiences. So you didn't get all 29 emails. Social media, we have an active, super active, thanks to Ananda Sen, our social media chair. We have 49 posts. 23 of those are from your club open houses. So in our PR team, we really promoted open houses this month and also put out a sheet so you can access other open houses. I hope you are able to attend. My goal is to have cross access for all of our clubs. We had 10 District 57 tools shared. We have 12 outer TI trainings, and we had a few member posts as well. Eventbrite, you'll see that we had 6 events in the past month and 160 people registered. So that's a pretty good turnout. Not everyone shows up. And I do want to say, if you register, please go, it'd be great. The website, we're still working on updating it. It looks a little busy right now, and we obviously are still updating resources as we get to them. And we'll talk more about that later. So the idea for all these different sources areas is multiple access points to D57 and to be able to deliver to all tech devices. Please send me emails if something's not working. Next slide. Well, this is going to get exciting. Ready? Okay, go ahead. So the first thing I want to say is, here's how you can use our District 57 Facebook page and your club Facebook page as well. Post major club events. Next, click. Okay, this is going to be so fun. Share club videos. We had 2 open houses shared with us. Go ahead, next. Use graphic and event links. Absolutely. Go ahead. And click one more time, I think. There it goes. Recognize members. How many of you actually recognize members in public? Things like even just giving when people complete a pathways level. How many people actually get up and say, great job, that took a while, awesome. You know, that's the type of thing we need to do for all of our members, all members, not just new members, but veteran members need to hear it as well from everybody. Next, click. Okay, here's a couple more things. Access other other club open houses, and I hope you attended a few. Click again. Highlight D57 events. We do post some featured events at the top of our Facebook page. Go ahead. Oh, that's really fancy. Keep going one more time. This is, and then also attend events from across TI. We have, because our Facebook page is active, we have people posting stuff on our Facebook page all the time. So, you know, occasionally there's a couple amazing events that you might want to attend out there in the big TI universe. And it looks like the last thing, click one more time. There you go, and access helpful information. So that's, we post a lot of updates to things on the website, newspaper articles I didn't put up here. Wait, go ahead, Ed, thanks. See, now just keep going, just keep clicking until you get to the next slide. There you go, stop right there. Oh no, let's see, go back one. I think we went too far. Oh no, go ahead. Something's out of order here. All right, so a couple of things that I wanted to also say is that our quick links menu, you're still going to see a number of resources that are valuable to you as area directors. This is where we're going to put up-to-date things. It might also be somewhere else on the website, but this is the fast track to the things that really count. for you. You see that we have 23, 24 TLI resources already there. We will be putting up a link here to all the speech resources, but we have that somewhere else. Next slide. And here we even have our resources are being updated soon. Are you, let's see. Okay, so here you have virtual resources. This is going to be virtual contest resources. Go ahead, Ed. I don't see all my slides here.
Yeah, for some reason, I've got your slides on my slide deck.
Yeah, Ed, I'm not sure if
they're
you're
not
if
here.
you're sharing. Could you go back and could you let Sally share? Or I could I could share. All right, go ahead and let me share. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm classic. I update to the very end. And the team knew I wasn't ready to go today until last night anyway. And I was having a good time, shall I say, this morning even. Hold on,
A
let me.
lot like chat.
So are you going to share?
I'm going to share. I got it. I got it. I
You
got
got
it.
it? Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a lot like chat in that people who come late.
Yeah, the problem with sharing this is I sort of have to keep part of the window open because I can't navigate easily. So let me see. So there we are. Hold on, let me just get to where I was. Boom, boom. Now here's where things got exciting. So I wanted to stop and give you if I get to do VPPR training again, I'm going to talk about designs, do's and don'ts. So that last slide was, if you remember this last slide, that looks like one of my 7th graders. It had 40 animations on it. So that last slide was way too busy. And I will offer Guy Kawasaki from the 1990s, the dot-com era, had a 10, 20, 30 rule. There's a link here. I'll put it in the DECM notes. But I want to suggest, Sally's gotten into designing flyers. Here's one of her flyers. And I think you won't use design ideas and tools unless you start playing around and having fun. So I did intentionally make that slideshow, that last slide, completely obnoxious, overdone. And then I want to encourage everyone to start playing around with tools. It's not too hard. There is Canva involved, which is a nice design tool that's free. And there's a lot of other things that you can do. And we even have some clubs that actually do use these tools already, and they design some pretty nice looking flyers, such as the one on the left. Okay, now I'm in charge. Okay, here we go. So here's a maybe better way I could have done that slide. And this is obviously, I'm not totally finished designing this, but you can see there's some ideas and a couple of graphics. Start using your tools and don't make them too busy. Now, this is the quick links menu. Let's go continue right here. All right. This is important. Sally and I talk about upcoming things, and I think, and she already went through the calendar, but I also want to make sure that if you're thinking about being in TLI, which is January 20th this year in a month, you have to make sure you're there. All your officers need to make sure you're there. December 2nd, whoops, sorry, don't touch the screen while I'm talking. Oh boy. What just happened? December 2nd is Train the Trainer. So if you really want to be a trainer, you also need to take off January 20th. That's a really important caveat. Also, another thing, because I was co-chair in contest last year with Deborah Wiener, I want to make sure that you understand that now we have 2 new people in town, Ananda Sen and Venkat Raman. They are the chairs this year. But there's a few things that I could help them with. Like they're going to take my resources and update them. So I'm going to show you where those things are. But you need to know that, and Sally showed this in the past, the January club contests. This is the thing that's the PR piece, because we've had questions about this from a number of division and area directors and presidents as well. Are you going to do Eventbrites for us? No, I'm sorry, we don't manage the club contests at all. So I'm assuming that most of that is internal to your club, using the tools you normally use to get out your meeting minutes and agendas to everybody. February, though, we're going to update, go a little bit further now to area contests. You have to manage your own area contests through your directors, the area directors and chairs, but we will be publicizing them as we are publicizing the open houses, meaning that we will have all the information you need to click on a link and go to some sort of area setup registration. And we will even help the area directors with a Google form scenario. But you're in charge, area directors and chairs, you're in charge of managing your own registration at all times. Now, March and April division contests, we will be actually managing the registration through Eventbrite and working with the chairs to make sure everyone on their teams are just getting the communications part. That's all that we are doing. We are not planning. We are just assisting in the communications. So we will be doing the registration and publicity through district. We've had a few questions about this already, and our team even discussed it. On Tuesdays, our team meets. So more about that as Sally puts out more information and as the two chairs put out information as well. So in fact, here is the next step, because I know it's important that if you are thinking, and I might be preempting the chairs just a little bit to say, if you are thinking of being a contestant or running a contest, we have last year's virtual contest resources up, which have been shared with the chairs, and they will be updating certain pieces of that right away. And then we'll be updating this to say 2023, 24. And then the contestants and participants, it is reading time. There it is. The Toastmasters contest manual is here. It is November. If you have thought about, or you know someone who wants to give that speech, they should be working it hard right now. And then also I'll include our contest chairs information right here, Venkat and Ananda Sen. And then they'll be working with Sally to do a number of trainings and everything, but I have a vested interest in their success having done this last year anyway. But anyway, I'm sure they're going to do great. And we're just doing publicity. That's all that I'm helping them with anyway.
Yeah, and they're partnering up. I'm sorry to interrupt you. They're partnering up with Hans Thoma, who is the district chief judge again this year. So.
Right. And so 3 of the team last year, Lisa Fairchild, Hans Thoma, and myself, and Ananda Sen, are all part of the PR team. So there's definitely PR will happen for the speech contests, and the calendar will look perfect. Yes, it will. Anyway, all right, going forward. Updating resources. Now, another thing that I'll do sometimes, I do have a graphics background, and I just can see, there you go. There's my graphics background at the bottom of that slide. Anyway, here are 2 different resources that we use all the time. Here is the one that's on the district, on the DCP resource page. This is hard to use for someone who's never seen it before. And here's an old form I found. I think George Marshall created it. And I found it and I said, man, that would be so nice to explain this to somebody, or maybe use it in your slideshow as opposed to this. And so I recreated it. And I need to actually get official branded colors here. Anyway, it's better to use graphics that make sense along with the tools on the internet. And so that's something that I'll also do and update. Now, lastly, we have our District 57 calendar. I want you to notice that there are a couple of events, things posted here, All Saints Day and even Veterans Day. Now, officially, we had posted Veterans Day as the 10th because that was the official date was being taken off on our calendar. But then here it says the 11th. So it is technically Veterans Day, but here we are. Now, I will be sending out with the trio has looked at this list before, and all the events upcoming, I'm always going to say blackout dates, and they're all, yes, we're set. Don't worry. Okay, so this will affect a couple of contest months. April's really busy, and March has a few dates as well. So look for that. And the reason to make sure we're not planning events on blackout dates is it would be terrible to say someone who's Muslim, Jewish, someone who's Orthodox Greek, Orthodox Christian, or Buddhist, or Chinese, any of the main holidays that they celebrate, to say, I'm sorry, I'm with my family that day and I was going to compete in a contest. We want to make sure that all of our members are always welcome to participate and even be contestants in contests, and not have to say, oh, I can't do it because my family's coming for holiday X. So that's really important. All right. And then, of course, Eventbrite. We've been using Eventbrite this whole year for every single district event. You can subscribe to Eventbrite, another way to get information as well. And we use this data also to give feedback to Sally and other chairs to make sure that our events are looking really good. And if they're not getting the registration we need, you'll see more emails for certain types of events. And you can see that Lance Miller coming up November 15th, 24 of 40 slots. We'd like all the area directors and division directors. If you haven't heard Lance Miller speak, please go on and register. I'll put a link in the DECM notes. We really want to attract Toastmasters international level presenters to our district. And I can send out 5,000 emails, but if we don't attend, then they're not going to come here. So please, we'd like to host, we'd like to be the host of those speakers. And then people from other districts will come to our events. That would be great. I'd really appreciate that. And lastly, let's see, did I go forward? Okay, newspaper articles, I'll send a link to that if you'd like to submit. We've had 28 newspaper articles published in the last 3 months. And then lastly, anytime you have no idea where that email is, go to d57tm.org, go to the calendar, and it's always the second Saturday of every month. And that's where we're at. DECM. Well, anyway, I'm going to give it back to you, Ed. Thank you. Any questions or anything?
I believe there's a question from Cynthia, Division D Director.
Go ahead, Cynthia.
Tried to get myself unmuted. Great. I had a question about the support that you're going to give contests. I understand that clubs will get no district support other than if they share it in Facebook, then you'll, of course, be sharing it. For the area directors, what is their responsibility? I was a little bit unclear about that.
Okay, well, I know that Vincott is here too, but I'm going to, if I may, Vincott, the area director is, if they do not have a chair, they must chair their own event. There's always some area directors who are very well versed in running contests. And sometimes you have to go looking for, please help me, I've never done this before, and get someone to help you do it. Don't wing it, because area contests, you'll have like 40 people show up, and you want to definitely put on a show, and you want to make sure that everything's coordinated. Sometimes there's tech glitches. Sometimes I can't get the judging documents. You want to have experienced people. You want to have your chief judge is really important. Your Toastmaster is really important. Having a great script is a key. So those are things that every area director needs to do. And then once you're done with your amazing, awesome contest, you're going to be recruited to come to division. Or sometimes you have friends in other areas. Last year as chair, co-chair, I did 13 contests. So, in different roles. Sometimes I was just tech host. I wasn't like, oh, give me Toastmaster. It was, I got one Toastmaster. Anyway, the point is be prepared. If you did one contest that worked, we want you to come and help out and do another. We always need judges. So for example, so anyway, and if you are running a
but that's not my question.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure. I'm sorry, I'm off topic.
That's really great information.
All right, sorry.
I really appreciate that.
And Vincott should be giving this speech, but
Okay,
I'm sideswiping, sorry.
Wait, can I ask my question?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it the right way. Go ahead.
Okay, my question is regarding you, Eliott, your responsibility, and then the area director's responsibility.
Okay.
Regarding the calendar, regarding the registration, all that. How is that supposed to happen?
Okay, I'll stick to that question. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It was great information.
And
I
I'll
love
have an
talking about-
addendum.
I love talking about contests. Anyway, here we go. Basically, many of you raise your hand if you've seen the open house, announcements, and it has like a list of events. That's what we're going to have for area contests. And we'll also be on the calendar because they are calendar events. And one of the goals is we will say, and I'm sorry, can't pick that date. 2 people have already submitted for that date. And so as soon as Vincott and Ananda are ready, I'm going to put out, and we used to have this on our calendar previously. It says submit your event here. Remember that? It's going to be submit your contest information here. And make sure that you submit the complete information so we can put it on the calendar. I'm not asking for your chief judge. I'm not asking for any of that. That's your planning stuff. And so there's the separate question, right? So you need to plan your event, and we are promoting it through a set of links and contact information. And if you have a registration or you're using Meetup or anything else that you're using, you will give us that link as well. And we will post that on that spreadsheet. So everyone here can go to as many area contests as they want.
Okay, and one more clarifying, because you
Sure.
really didn't answer the question I'm
I'm
asking.
sorry. Okay.
I'm really after a very specific question. So will we request it to be on the calendar at the area? I'm talking about the area and the division.
Right.
Will we request a calendar event and it will be taken care of completely, like you'll have the Eventbrite will be put up and all that? That's what I'm asking.
Okay, good. All right. So that's the exact question.
Yes.
Division contests will be run, registration will be run for Eventbrite for getting to the event. We're not doing roles or anything like that.
Yeah, no.
Area contests, on the other hand, it'll probably be one of the trainings. We'll say, here's a great tool for you to use personally, but we are not going to put up, all the different
So
area
the
contests.
calendar entry, when I go to the calendar entry, I will not have a link to sign up.
No, we will suggest that you use a Google form tool.
But how will the public and people?
Oh, they'll see a link. It'll say sign up here. Here, you sign up here.
Eliott
Yeah.
and Cynthia.
Okay.
I used to work for a woman who did the very best meeting. And one of the things she would do in a situation like this is say, I'm designating a committee, you, Eliott, you, Cynthia, and just take it offline.
All right.
Eliott, actually, you are.
We have a plan, Cynthia. How's that?
It's
I
all
would love
there,
to hear that plan.
But you need to take this offline.
Thank you, Ed. I'm sorry. That's all
Because
right.
Eliott's over.
Thank you, Cynthia. Ed.
And blackout days are important also. Lindy has raised her hand.
I actually raised my hand during Linda's presentation, and this is a question for Linda. So I don't know who we apply to for a club coach, since there's no club coach chair on the district website. Is there someone we apply to for a club coach nowadays?
Well, you can do one of two things. You can apply to me, or you can apply to Julie Garrett.
What's Julie's role?
Julie is a club excellence coach or club excellence chair. She has the club coaches under her.
Great, thank you. And
but
can I
copy me anyway. But if you
Okay.
write to her, copy me anyway, just because we sometimes have communications challenges.
Okay, and you'll see I've sent you a couple of chats during this meeting, so have a look at those. Ed, can I ask another different question of a different person? Or are we
Okay.
out of time?
Well, we are, but that's okay. Go
Thank
ahead.
you. Okay, I think it will affect everybody. Which incentives do the club officers enter on VIMS, and which are we not entering on VIMS? And it's really not the question. The question really is, can a column be added to the incentive page that says club officers enter this incentive on VIMS, and then a check mark in that column for the ones that we are supposed to do?
I think that's a bigger question. Let's talk about that offline, Lindy.
That's exactly what I was
can't,
gonna say.
yeah, I can't answer that off the cuff.
You and Sally and anyone else you want should be on that little subcommittee.
Okay, but it definitely needs to be
figure it out.
clarified. It needs to be clarified.
Terrific.
Okay, thank you very much.
Linda, do you want to put the slides back up? It would be Tiffany's finance update, but first I want to talk about scams. A number of people have gotten, thank you, Linda. And yeah, just move it till we get to finance. There we go. Very cool. A number of people have gotten emails that are not from me, that sort of look like they're from me. If you look at the from line, you find that it's not me, it's Liz T. numbers at Gmail, or it's a misspelled word as the originator, and it doesn't sound like me. The locution is very unlike me, but the biggest deal is I will never ask you for a gift card or any other cash equivalent because those are off the table. So be aware that there are scammers and spammers whose job it is to essentially get your private information so they can sell it to someone. Certainly, credit card information, identity. It isn't me. Look carefully when you get something, and if you get something asking for a bit of cash equivalents, Nordstrom gift card, you know it isn't me. And I don't see Tiffany here, so why don't we roll to the next slide? We're going to make up some time here. For some reason, we don't see the bottom of this slide. At least I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, and I can't get it to get smaller.
Okay. Well, trust me, all the numbers are here. Somehow they seem to be in different places. If you're interested in the district reserve, we put it in the DECM every month. You can look at last month's DECM for last month's district reserve statement. We do not have the one for October yet. It's early in November, so I would not expect to see October until at least the middle of this month. But here we are, transparent in what's happening on the reserve side.
So I can share that the ending balance on September 30th, 2023 was $54,700.84. And it's there on the slide. I don't know why that slide went silly. On my private deck, it looks just fine.
Yeah. Well, by Tiffany not being here, we've gained some time.
Even on.
Oh.
No, even here, it doesn't show.
Ending balance. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, it's because it's gone crazy on your slide deck for some reason.
Oh, there it is.
It's 54,784.
Yeah.
I think it wants to be in slide view and it's not. Okay.
I think we can take a break and be back at 10:40. I'm sorry, 10:50. See you then.
See you then.
Thank you, Michael. That's perfect.
Yeah. Just have to find the right deck of 37 decks that I have.
Ah,
So we can show them that when we come back.
yes.
Whatever it is, whenever I move at least to presentation mode, it just screws with the slides. I've not figured out why.
Are we are we at 10 minutes yet?
I think we are, but
I
we're
am
waiting
muted.
for that.
No, I think we are.
Yeah, my clock went off. Yeah.
I was just muted.
Okay.
Okay. Let's get out of here.
And so you all can see what the district finance reserve statement looked like when it is properly formatted.
How beautiful.
It is a thing of beauty, what can you say? But we do have $54,700 and change in our district reserve currently.
I have actually spent some of the district reserve on items to go into Lindy's blue bag.
Mhm.
So next month, or maybe the month after that, you will see
Okay.
things being subtracted from the reserve.
Right, and they'll come out of district orders.
Yes.
So there we go. And we've had our break time.
Great.
And now it's division directors moments.
Exactly. Everyone's favorite part of the meeting. And Jeff has a lot of things going on, but Pravina will represent Division A. So if Pravina is back, we will introduce her. Wonderful. Join me in welcoming Pravina Raman.
Thank you, Ed. Good morning, everybody. As part of Division A, I'll talk both about the Division A and also my area 829. Division A and area 829, we're very happy to welcome the new club. Not every day a new club is born, and it was really exciting to have them join us this year. And you already have heard Linda as well as Sally talk about the city of Fremont as the new club. What I wanted to also point out is this is a government club, a club that is for the staff of city of Fremont as well as the Fremont Police Department. It was spearheaded by the chief. He was really interested, the police chief. And this is one of a kind in Northern California. We don't have these sort of clubs very much, Toastmasters clubs very much, even around the world. But in Northern California, this is the first, and I'm hoping many more will join the group. We are also, I wanted to let you know that 7 of the 8 officers of this new club were trained, and I thank all the trainers. They are expert trainers who did one-on-one training with the club officers, so they are all ready to get started on their activities. Yesterday evening for you, this morning for me, Sherry Sue from Area 29 co-hosted a Division A impromptu humorous night. There was participation across the division from the different areas, the clubs as well as Toastmasters, and we had an audience from the entire district. So it was a very enjoyable evening. Everyone had a great time, and we hope to do it again next year. I also wanted to let you know that recently in Area 829, a spotlight for that, we have 2 assistant area directors who have joined me. Sri Krishna Sitaraman, who is the president of Tea Toasters, and Narendra Patel, who is the president of City Speech Toastmasters. So the 3 of us together will be serving our 6 clubs, supporting them. So our clubs are going to get even more visits from the area director team. And I'll say the more visits because one of the clubs actually told me a few weeks back, Pravina, we have never had area directors come so often to our club. Now I'm going to take it that you want me. I'm not going to take it as you're coming too much. Please go away from me. And we are also going to be having our first area council meeting on December 11th. We had to reschedule it because of a district meeting that was happening in the previous date that was set. So we are looking forward to that. If anybody would like to attend, or any of your members are interested in attending an area council meeting to get an OATM point, please have them contact me. They're more than welcome to attend our first area council meeting. Recently, Sally Philbin had spotlighted some clubs as having achieved greater than 5 goals, and then some clubs who are rising stars have achieved 3 or more goals. So we're very happy in Division A to have, when Sally spotlighted, there were 3 of our clubs that had 5 or greater goals. As of yesterday, there are 4 clubs. One of our rising stars have achieved their 5th goal, and they are now over there. The other thing is that in Area A29, we had 2 rising stars. As of yesterday, we have 3 rising stars. Tea Toasters got 4 goals achieved. So that was really exciting. And in the division, we have 5 rising stars. I would like to spotlight City Street from Area 835. They, for the 2nd year in a row, they have achieved all their educational goals, 6 of them, before December. They have achieved 8 goals, and they have 1 more goal to go to achieve their 9th as President Distinguished. So I'm very proud of them. And then last is that we are going to be in the division rolling out a quarterly newsletter next week. So stay tuned for that, and you can read more news from our division. Thank you, and back to you, Ed.
Hooray. Well done. I would like to introduce Lee Vaughn, the division director from Division B, who will tell us some things to celebrate and perhaps some challenges that we can help with. Join me in welcoming Lee.
Thank you very much, Ed. They say that the camera adds 10 pounds. Judging from the promotional materials we saw earlier, I think in my case, it adds at least 25. I'm not nearly the potato that I seem in those pictures. Just take my word for it. But things going on in Division B. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the obvious one, and that was one that has already been mentioned, and that is the near chartering of a new club. That is Excelixis. They are a pharmaceutical company, and I had the great pleasure, along with my colleague Ashley Harkness, to attend their kickoff meeting. Ashley did a wonderful job at facilitating a lot of their club business, and still continues to do that. I was given the honor of giving a speech as a sort of sample for how this goes, as well as we had support from other district dignitaries, including Linda Patten, including Sally Philbin, including Jill Arrington, my area director. And perhaps that's as good a time as any to segue into who I'd like to highlight this meeting. That would be Jill, area B22. Jill has been wonderful at visiting her clubs, at diligently working with clubs to let them know that we're here to help, and that is our chief function. The way she fills out reports, and this sounds maybe more bureaucratic than I want it to be, but the way she fills out reports is that it actually matters. The content of the report and the feedback given is meant to be read, it is meant to be understood, and it's meant to be acted upon. Case in point, her recent submission. It happened to be for a club for which she rated below expectations overall. We would rather all clubs be exemplary, but that sort of submission tells me that this is real. we're not doing this to push papers. We're not doing this to pass people along. If clubs need to improve, we need to tell them that. And I can't express enough how much I appreciate this effort from Jill. So thank you, Jill. I'd like to just extend a brief round of applause to her. Thank you very much. Well done. Please keep up the good work. Of course, I'm blessed also with 3 other great area directors whom I will speak about in subsequent meetings. We have Ashley Harkness, who is a household name. I call him my utility player. If you know baseball, you know what that means. Great to have Ashley, as well as my other 2, Varsha, who couldn't be here today, and Brigitte, who couldn't be here today. As I said, in closing, Division B is facing some challenges. There are clubs alluded to by others earlier in this meeting, the type of club that may be just kind of limping along, that doesn't quite have the vision that we would prefer for Toastmasters. And I think it's important that we identify that we communicate openly and honestly with those clubs as to how they need to improve and what we expect going forward. And so that really is a key driver of a lot of the work that we're doing right now in our division. I hope that we'll have some long-term benefit from this. And of course, it is submitted with the utmost respect and constructive intent possible. So I hope I can count on your support for getting our clubs up to where they really need to be, and understand that we're working hard on it in Division B. Thanks, everybody.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. And congratulations again to Jill. Our next division director is Susan Colborn. Susan, please take the stage.
Thank you, Mr. District Director. Let's hear it for Team Division C. I am so grateful to have 4 exemplary area directors sitting with me. When I started this year, and when Michael Osur asked me which of our values is most important to me, I told him respect. I so believe in giving everyone a seat at the table. There was a book written by Sheryl Sandberg called Lean In. It was a couple years ago. She was an executive officer at Facebook. It tells a story of a meeting where people were walking into the room, and there were a few women that walked in, and instead of taking a seat at the table, they chose to sit on the side of the room. And this book is really all about giving everybody an opportunity, confidence, to be competent, and to be great at communication. And I'm so happy to recognize my team, all stars when it comes to Toastmasters, but I'm going to honor them. I'm going to go by area, and I'm going to start with area C8. They're all going to spend a few minutes with you today, or a few moments. Rafid Hussein Fahim. His home club is the Bangladesh Tiger Toastmasters. Congratulations, Rafid, for making the Hall of Fame. In American baseball, I'm going to follow Ray's lead. You pointed at the fence, and then you hit a home run. Good for you. Right behind Rafid, Area C9 Director Ravindra Salim. Home club stage coach, Bengaluru Toastmasters Club. Again, pointed at that fence and hit that home run. 100%. Area director reports. Right behind him, Ray Gowan. Area C10, Ukiah Toastmasters. Pointed at that fence, hit that home run. 100% reports. And batting cleanup on the Division C team, and a member of not one, but 2 clubs, the Santa Rosa Club and the Toast of Petaluma, Sheridith Marish. She's at bat, and she is going to hit that home run. So happy and so privileged to have all 4 of these area directors sitting with me at the Division C table. And I will go ahead and turn it over to each of them to spend a minute or two to share with you their highlights for this year so far. Rifat, I'll start with you as Area C8 Director.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Hello, everyone. This is Toastmaster Rifat. Yeah, I'm very much excited to be a part of this district. This is a wonderful district, and I love this experience. Yeah, it was a bit hard to get communicated and know all these things because we are miles apart, but we are not miles apart from heart. Yeah, I'm very much glad. I'm pretty glad to be here. Apart from that, yeah, the area I have with wonderful peoples like Eliott and his team, glad. And obviously, I would appreciate the support I had from my division director and as well as Cynthia. Ma'am, thank you so much for letting me know and get connected. Yeah, it was a wonderful experience. I had good experience with my area and the clubs. They are very much welcoming. The adaptation and everything. It was a great experience. And I hope I will be making something in my area and they will get help from me. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Rifat, and congratulations once again. Now let's hear from Ravindra, Area C9 Director with the Stagecoach Bengaluru Toastmasters. In India, is it almost 12 midnight? Ravindra.
12:40, Susan.
Yes.
12:40 a.m. Yeah, thank you, Susan. And good morning and good evening and good evening and good afternoon for many. And thank you for the opportunity. And I'm Ravindra Seelam, serving as Area C9 Director. And I'm glad to be a part of this District 57, Division C, and Area 9. Under my area, there is 6 clubs, which I got the opportunity to make most of them, like except one club. There's a Autodesk Toastmasters, which I have difficulty to meet them. So apart from that, I met all the clubs at least once. So, and one club, there is South Marine Toastmasters Club, which is July incentives part of that. I'm very glad to know that. So apart from that, I don't see any glitches at this moment, and we are good. And I'm planning to conduct area contest in January. So yeah, and I'm very glad to have this DECM meeting, and I'm thankful for all the district leadership and Susan for giving me more support, and Cynthia Stat for getting me onboarding for this District 57 group. Thank you.
Thank
Over
you,
to you, Susan.
Yeah, thank you so much. Great job. Next, I'm going to go to our Area C10 Director, Ray Gowan. Ray was camping this weekend, but he decided to make the DECM a priority, and he's with us this morning. Please help me to welcome Ray to tell you about how things are going in C10.
Thank you. Of course, with camping, there's always a question of whether or not you're going to have internet service that's good enough for Zoom too, but I do apparently. It's an interesting job. I really didn't know quite what to expect. I have 6 clubs, 4 of them are healthy, and in the past years, they have been distinguished clubs. 2 clubs are struggling quite a bit. One of the clubs would like to meet more educational goals, but they have quite a challenge insofar as they only have about 40 speeches a year, and it's a club of 25 to 30 members. And every educational goal will take 3 speeches at least. So you're talking 75 speeches when there's only 40 speeches offered. So giving suggestions of that club, how they might increase the speeches, which could be a speech-a-thon or something like that, a few extra meetings that they need to be. Have a club in Eureka, and Eureka is a difficult place insofar as, for me even, it's 150 miles or more away. They're strictly meeting in person. So it's hard to help an in-person club meeting, but we're going to try to do it. They have 6 members at this point in time. The thing about Eureka, though, that's optimistic is that they have the population in the area is 80 to 100,000 people. There's no reason there should not be a healthy club. They had 3 clubs in Eureka at one time. They're down to 1. So I've talked to Linda and I've talked to the others, and I expect some help from them and from Susan too, of what we can do to help Eureka in that area. Is it going to involve having a new club? Is it going to involve working with this club? There seem to be willing, but the numbers are few. And so I look forward to the support that I get from the district. And it's going to take some support. It's going to take some work to see what can be done in Eureka, whether or not it's actually going to be even a new club. Who knows? We'll see. Thank you, Susan.
Thanks, Ray. Thanks for reporting out, and thanks for being here. Next, I've got Area C31 Director, Sheridith Maresh, exceeding everybody's expectations with being a member of not 1, but 2 clubs, the Santa Rosa Club and the Toast to Petaluma. She is batting cleanup for Team Division C.
Yes, I am. Thank you so much. Yes, this is my 2nd year, kind of combining what I did last year with what I'm doing this year. I'm feeling really hopeful and good about it. I've got 3 clubs that are going to be participating in the area contest. That was my goal this year, was to have an area contest, because that did not happen last year. And so Santa Rosa Club has offered, they have a great hybrid system. So we're going to have an in-person and hybrid club contest. My goal right now has been working with the clubs to get people qualified. Not everybody's finished level 2 pathways, a lot of new members, and that's been a little tricky, even for Toast to Petaluma, which is a strong club. But we have a lot of new members and a lot of people from the old system that don't qualify. So we're working on that. That's our goal. What else can I say? The other 2 clubs I haven't heard back from of whether or not they're going to participate in the contest, but I visited everybody 2 or 3 times. I joined the Santa Rosa Club because I enjoy it. It's a fun club. It's nice to be in a club and not have any responsibility except to just come and have fun, because I'm not on the EC there. So that's been an interesting piece for me. I'm looking forward to getting my reports done. I really wanted to make sure they were ready before I presented them. So I've visited everybody a number of times and I'm finishing them up right now. So they'll be in probably within a few days. That's pretty much my report. I'm just thrilled we're going to have an area contest. At least I'm crossing my fingers we're going to. Back to you, Susan.
Thank you so much, Sheridith. Again, great job, Division C team. Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, Susan. Our next division director, Division D Director, Cynthia Stott, will tell us some of her challenges and celebrations. Cynthia?
Wonderful. Thank you, Ed. I'm so excited. The Division D is doing marvelously. We are trying not to lose any clubs this year, and we're hoping to welcome a new club, GSC Solutions. They're having a little bit of struggle getting there, but we're hoping to welcome them in. And Aaron is our first division the area director that I like to talk about his successes and challenges. And he is in the Hall of Fame. I love that. He hit it out of the park and is in the Hall of Fame for getting all of his area directors reports in on time, not on time, early by Halloween. Woo! Please welcome Aaron Lock Van.
Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you for all the executive, the Toastmaster International also as well. So first time I tried to be area director, a lot of challenge, a lot of learning. And then Cynthia taught, been guide me, give me some instruction and give me advice to do all the work that I try to be. To be honest, without her, I'm not success. I think I success, that means she success for all the club success, include with Toastmaster executive success. So thank you for that. So based on the 5 club I will manage, I just say that. So most of the 4 club are well managed. Everything include with the whole master meeting, the club paper membership, the training, the Toastmaster pathway. One of the club I can say that they have a little bit the bandit. Maybe it's called a death. But that's why we are stepping in there really closely. That for the club we call the Martinez club. So we have been talked to them regarding their club membership extend to be up to at least like 12 or 20 members for that. But I think so far they only have 2 or 3, actually 3 at the time I met them. So they said 3 had been paid based on their club. And then they're proceeding
An
on.
update on that, Aaron, an update. The last time I looked, they had 4. I was very excited.
Okay, yeah, the last day the day I was spoke to them, there only 3 and now it's 4. Okay, that's good.
That's 4.
And,
yeah.
And then I also meeting with them on last Thursday also as well, and talked to one of the director and also some of the different department for the transportation from their company, and asking them to advise them to join to the Toastmaster also as well. And based on my conversation, I spoke to them that they said that I should let the club know that post like marketing for the flyer for the Toastmaster International in their company on the board. So that means that people can able to recognize it that the Toastmaster is exist, so the people can able to join. That's the one I will stepping in and talk about it also as well. I talked to the IT club, the IT from their company, the transportation, the admin, and some of the warehouse from their company at the Caltrain. But based upon from that, so I'm working on that thing to be, support for anything I can do. That's the word I can call. But overall, all the club is really welcome for member, really welcome to the guests. And then the club have been managed for all meeting really well. And that I could say that I could like to say thank you for all. The one thing I can say that for the Club de Martini, I spoke one of the person from their member. They said that the company normally pay, but the member have to be signed up the way form, so the company can able to step in and pay for that. In second, they have to pay. But some people they may be the misconception of that. For that reason, they didn't go through for that. So I have to talk directly to them and how they can make that officially to the member to let them know, recognize that the pay for the employee recognition for the Toastmaster.
Great.
That's
And
all I
all
can
your
want to
other
say.
clubs are
Thank you.
doing well. So we really want to work with them, and we're going to actually look for 2 club coaches, because I don't think they have a current club coach. I think they had a club coach that gave up and is no longer in position. We're going to sort that out, and we're going to look for 2 club coaches. And I've already been texting Julie Garrett this morning, and she says that she's trying to get a pool of club coaches certified and ready to step in. So we're looking forward to that. Thank you, Erin.
Thank you. Thank you. Without your help, I cannot succeed.
It's teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Exactly. I
We do it
agree. Thank
together.
you. Now I could like to return back to you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, next up we have Dee Marie, and she has 50% of her clubs reports in, and she's ready to hit it out of the ballpark with getting 100% in by the deadline. So please welcome Dee Marie. Woohoo!
So thank you, Cynthia. I am delighted to be here, and I am humbled to be able to serve as an area director. Wow. We started out the year with a club. I was given a club that had 4 members, and I was told that that club would go down to 3. And I felt a pull in my stomach. However, by working very diligently with that club, they are now up to 9 members, and they're a rising star. They have 3 of their 5 requirements in. So they have caught the burn, the fervor, the excitement, and they're all in with Toastmasters. But what that involved was having to be there and show up, participate in their meetings. I gave a speech there. And then our division director instituted Speechcraft, and they are involved in that. So it has been a lot of work, but that club has turned around. Of the 5 clubs that I have, 3 are considered as rising stars. The other 2 are Lakeview and Rockridge. So I am so grateful for that. I have had an opportunity to go around and visit the clubs. I've been more than one time to all of the clubs. Some I've done numerous visits. I've given speeches at several of the clubs. I had a chance to do the installation of officers at several of the clubs. And at one of the installation of officers, we actually did a champagne toast as we said farewell to the outgoing administration. That just added a whimsy to that whole proceeding and made it just seem so very auspicious. I am enjoying this experience and building relationships and learning that anything is possible if you can build a relationship with the officers and the president of the club that you're working with. The other thing that for the 3 that are up and rising stars, the other 2, we know what the problem is. We've already set up a goal and a path to get there. So I'm excited, and my prayer is that all 5 will be distinguished clubs by the end of the year. Thank you so much.
Woo! Thank you so much, Dee Marie. And Maureen, would you like to say a few words? Is Maureen there? She might not be.
Oh, I'm here. No, I'm
Yeah,
here.
Maureen has 75% of her clubs are already in by Halloween. So she's almost hitting it out of the park, and she will definitely get that other club in way on time, probably before Thanksgiving. So please
Probably like
welcome
this probably this weekend. And what had happened was one of my 4th club, I did visit informally a few times, but we wanted to do the area visit when the majority of the officers were present, and we had some conflicting schedules going on, and my official visit got moved 4 different times. And finally, I completed it on November 1st. I'm very proud of that. I was able to do their installation of officers after lots of rescheduling. And we've had a lot of interactions. I've actually attended 3 meetings, but again, with a couple of them, officers were just not there. And I really wanted to conduct the visit when at least some of the officers were present. We finally succeeded in that, and I'm so happy. So I am working on that report, and that will be my 100%. As far as other things, I believe 2 of my clubs are on the Rising Star list, and hopefully we get more of them. And that's Toastmasters Leadership Club and Scope Masters East Bay, which is my home club. I'm very proud of us as well. And beyond that, we are talking about club contests. I'm trying to set up my first area council meeting, working through that with all of the other events happening now and with holidays approaching. I do have clubs looking at whether or not they are holding a club contest, should they have enough eligible people, or if they just simply want to send somebody to the area contest. My area contest will be February 22nd, and I don't think Dee Marie mentioned, but we had meetings about what to do so that we could support each other in the area contest, and that's our goal. We're going to run individual contests, but we are all helping each other. And that was step number 1.
So mine will be the 22nd of February. I'm looking forward to that. I'm working to get my people. And mini success plan, I had 3 out of 4, not bad. 75% submitted it on time. We're working through various challenges, but I think all of my clubs are on track to do really well this year. I'm very proud. Back to you, Cynthia.
Wonderful. Round of applause. Woohoo! And last but not least, we have area D30, which is Carrie Kelly is the area director, and she has 4 clubs, including Leaders Worldwide, which has been President's Distinguished since its inception, and Heart to Heart, which has been President's Distinguished since I think June of 2016. So it's great. And then she has 2 other clubs, ARPB, which was President's Distinguished this last year, but has had some challenges with membership for quite some time, and getting up to that 20 members. 20 members really is a magical number, that charter strength, and that not only for DCP points, but for the club to run well, so that everybody doesn't have to wear so many hats and officers don't have to do the roles again and again and share roles. So 20 members is important. And same thing with Oakland Uptown. They're fabulous, and they have been President's Distinguished in the past, but they are challenged with roles and also some pathways completions. We're trying to get them to be able to do some of their pathway completions as well. So all in all, Division D rocks. Woo! Thank you so much, Ed. Back to you.
We are, oh, there we go. Sankar, it's your turn. Tell us all the things we should be celebrating and how you're handling your challenges.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Members. I have 50% success and 50% challenges. I'm doing double roles. One is Division E Director and then covering Area E4 Director. Because since I missed that timeline where I traveled to India for some family emergency. So then by the time when I came back September 6th, the day already passed. So I was not able to recruit area director for E4. So I'm covering for that area. Because since I know all the clubs, I served as area director last year. And then one more additional club, which I glad to know Tilisaran. So the success are, as a Division E director, my responsibility to help all the area directors. That way they get the resources from me and any help and support guidelines so that they will be success for their area. And with the area A6, E4, the area club visits have been completed. I took some time to complete it because I wanted to recognize all the clubs, what they're doing good and what are the improvements they can, which I observed during the club visit. What I did was this time I got an opportunity to have the club visit, virtually, but next visit I promised them that I'll make in-person visit so that whichever club they have the hybrid model or where they are meeting in person, then I'll go and visit that club so that they will feel happy that okay, the director is here. So any help they have easy access to get the information from me. And I want to recognize Carrie's Keegan help and excellent work what she's doing, and she also achieved the club visit report, which I'll request her to talk. And when it comes to the mini success plan, I have in area E4 5 club. I got mini success plan from 2 clubs, and so I'm still reaching other clubs to complete it. They are still working. So I'll support them and then encourage them to continue their activity. These are all the somewhat success. Challenges are I'm still looking like area director for E4. And one lady offered, but she was looking for credit. But since we missed the deadline, I don't think I checked with the district 57 executive. They will not get there. She will not get it. But I explained the situation. But still, she's happy to learn the process. Maybe she will continue next year as area director. And then one area director E, I think it's Rahul Sansi. He committed, but unfortunately, because of workload, he's stepping back. Area E18. So we are going to have conversation with me, and then he's going to have a meeting with me, and then district 47 executive and see what is the next step. And then Nilesh is as active as a director for E23, but I'm not seeing many activities from him. And Carrie Keegan, I'll just give her some time, and she's very excellent, and then she always communicate, and then she works very hard to make the club keep success. Carrie, I'll just introduce, unfortunately, I have only one area director from a division E. So I would like to request Carrie Keegan to share her success and challenges from her area. Go ahead, Carrie.
Oh, thank you. Can you guys see me?
Yes.
Oh, good, because I can't see you right now, but I've really enjoyed being an area director this year. I have 6 clubs. I got 5 out of my 6 reports in. I have excellent area, some of the best clubs in the area. 3 are on track of doing well. 3 are still struggling, but they're working on it and they're going to make it. One of my clubs, Walnut Creek Toastmasters, is already select distinguished. They have 7 points right now. Goal Achievers is working real hard and is going to be distinguished. I know that, and I'm really excited about them. The other clubs have excellent members and some and everything, but they're having some challenges. But I know they're going to work we're going to work some things through, and we're going to make it. I have one club that I didn't realize I had this club until late, so I'm kind of scrambling at the last minute. They had a meeting last week, but I wasn't able to attend, and I couldn't get anybody else to attend. So I'm going to find out when their next meeting, so I can meet with them and then write this one report. So this is the challenge I have right now, is this one club and this one report. I promise that I will find a way to meet with them, either myself or with someone helping me, and I will definitely get this one report in. It's a corporate club, and they're having trouble. They said that it says that they have 6 members, but the president said that he was trying to enroll 11 other members, but was having trouble with Toastmasters doing it. That went in, and I haven't quite figured out why he's having trouble yet. So I have to call him again and see how we can help him. But I'm excited about our clubs. We have wonderful people. One of my clubs I attended had 4 speakers and 4 evaluators in this one meeting. And this was just a regular meeting. It wasn't a speakathon or special events, which was really exciting. Walnut Creek Toastmasters they meet totally in person in a church, and the energy there is wonderful, and they have great speeches too. And so I'm really excited about my clubs, and I think we're going to be doing great by the end of the year.
Thank you, Carrie Keegan, for your help and support. Yeah, I know this. I came to know also that the last minute the data brick club was added to our area. So please reach us for any help, and then we'll support you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, and one last word in my area E4, and the El and by Radical Toastmaster, they are doing great, and the members are so excited to join the weekly workshop. and then every week their members feel happy, and then they are learning end of the workshop. So that's what I want to share. And thank you again. The challenges, I'll work with the district executive to sort it out.
Thank you very much.
RT Kapoor is preparing for Diwali, and I don't see other people from Division F. Are there any area directors from Division F who would like to address us in their challenges and their things that are great successes? I don't think we have anyone. So this takes us to the, could you roll the next slide, please? All right. The next slide is, are there any questions about how to help clubs become distinguished? Probably at this time, you have all the tools in your toolkit to distinguish all your clubs. And you're realizing that that's part of your role, that clubs need to be findable if they're going to have guests. They need to welcome guests, and they need to show a continued value for people to continue to be Toastmasters. And that's basically how you get to 5 or more DCP goals. You do not have to go into a breakout room to do a division council, but if you want, I can open up the 6 breakout rooms for division councils. And it is currently 11:39. I will close off the Zoom link at noon. Have a wonderful time. Thank you very much for
Can we
being
have
here.
even 5 more minutes? Because I was expecting 30 minutes.
Oh, 30 minutes. Okay. Well, you've got 20. Sure. I will give you 30 minutes and then
Thank
close it
you.
off.
Thank you.
I have opened all the rooms.
I don't see them. I don't get a link.
Again.
Oh, breakout rooms. There, you have to go to the more. Now it's available. It wasn't before.
Yes, it is available, and nobody has joined a room yet, but
Okay. We didn't see.
no.
Oh, so all the divisions are listed there in the more and then breakout rooms. Yeah. Okay.
Not everyone
Thank you,
has
Deb.
that same view. Other people have the 5 squares.
Thank you, Ed.
It's either more or the 5 squares or 4 squares. All right. See you later.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
So got Tyree in Division B.
Ooh.
I'm going to
Ed,
shut off.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me, this is Cassandra. Can you place me in? I'm on my phone and I don't have that. I'm sorry.
Sure. I can place you. You want to go into D?
It doesn't matter. Just whatever you place me in, it's cool. Thank you.
And D. Marie, you're in the same position. You want me to put you in D?
Are you talking to me?
No, D. Marie.
D. Marie? I've just placed you in D. D is in dog.
I just want to give a little feedback.
Oh, sure.
Um,
I'm going to stop the recording and then